Hello my friends, today we're learning Baba Basra Daf Kuf Chof. Hope you all had a great Simchas Torah, connected to the Torah and got light from it for the whole year. We're going to start Kuf Yutes on base, about 5 lines up. Tony Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. Afilu Ktana Shebehem, even the youngest sister of Notzlofcha, Lo Nisos Pchusa Me'arbroim Shana. She never got married until she was 40, because they were waiting to get married to someone who's suitable for them. Fragt the Gemara, Amy, Rav Chizda Nises Pchusa Me'bas Esrim. If a woman gets married before she's 20, or Ledes Achishim, she could have babies until she's 60. Bas Esrim, if she gets married after the age of 20, or Ledes Adarbroim, she could have babies until 40. Bas Abroim, if she got married only when she was 40, Shuvei Ledes. So how can you tell me Bnei Tzofcha never had kids? Elo, so the Gemara, mitoich shetzadkonios, because they were tzadkonios, nasalim leis Yocheved, they had an ace like Yocheved, and they had babies even though that they got married in an old age. How do we know Yocheved had an ace? K'dichsiv, it says on the pasuk, vayilech ish mi beis Levi, vayikach es bas Levi. Went someone from the Shevet of Levi, Amram, and he took bas Levi, it's Yocheved. Efsho bas mea v'shloishim shono. Can it be that Yocheved was 130 years old, that we're going to see in a second, the Korah Bas, and it says Bas, she's like as if she's a young girl? The Omar Rav Chama, how do we know she was 130 years old? That when it says Amram married her, Ben Levi married Bas Levi, he married Yocheved. It said that she was born in Mitzrayim. So we learn Leidosa b'Mitzrayim, her birth was in Mitzrayim, Vayrosa, but she got pregnant Shaloi b'Mitzrayim in Eretz Yisrael before the Shvatim came to Mitzrayim. And if you do the calculation, and you could look in the Rashbam, it explains exactly, it works out that she was 130. So V'amai Korah Bas, if she was 130. Omar Vida Bas Vida Melamed Shenoldu Bo Simenarus. She became young. Misaden abosa, her skin became soft. Amit nispashta akmotim, the wrinkles went away. And she became young. So we could see she had a nace, 130. She had after that she had a baby. She had Moshe. So like Yocheved had a nest, also Bnei Tzlofcha had a nest. Said the Gemara, we want to learn about Yocheved. We're going to ask a kasha. It says Vayikach, that Vayetze ish mi beis Levi, Vayikach is bas Levi. It's for the Gemara, Vayachzor mi boile. Should say that Vayachzor, he took her back, because it wasn't the first time he was married to her. He had Miriam and Aaron, and only afterwards he remarried her and had Moshe. So it says he should return to her. Omar Aviuda Bav Zivda Melamed, it teaches us She'osel Omaise Likuchi, and he behaved to her as if it was a first marriage. Yeshiva Bar Piri, and he put her on a special chair. The Aaron and Miriam had their children Meshurim Nefoneh were dancing in front of her. Malachi Shoras Omrim Ema Bonim Smeicha, because they knew that Moshe Rabbeinu was going to be born, and so that was Ema Bonim Smeicha. La'alon says the Gemara Monon Akosov Derech Dulu. So we can Derech Chochmoson. So we're saying, it says about Bnei Tzofcha, one time in the Torah when they came to Moshe, it says a list of the Bnei Tzofcha, and then in a different place in the Torah when we speak about them, it says the list in a different order. So we're saying that when they came in front of Moshe, the one who was the most clever was mentioned first, and the other one is in the way their real age. Misael Rav Ami, it's Aryeh to Rav Ami, the Omer Rav Ami, B'yeshiva Olach Achar Chochma. When it comes to learning in a yeshiva, or when you're talking about in Bezdin, you go the one who's the most choshev, the one who's the most chacham. B'mesiba, when it comes to a wedding, a celebration, Olach Achar Zikra, the one who's the oldest gets a kovid. Amar Rav Ashi, v'hu the maflik b'chochma. When do we say that the person who's a chacham in yeshiva goes ahead? That's if he's very, very extra chacham. Then we put him ahead. But if there's a zokin who's a chacham, and a chacham who's a bit more chacham than the zokin who's younger, the zokin goes ahead. V'hu the maflik b'zikna, when we said in a celebration we give more kovid to a zokin more than a chacham, it's on my way he's very much older. So it's a raya from what we said before, because the Bnei Tzofcha, when they came to Moshe, Monam Derech Chochmosom, because it's talking about like a yeshiva, they're coming to turn about Din Torah. Torah de Rabbi Shmuel, not like what we're saying now, Bnei Tzofcha Shkulo Yisrael, they were all equal. Shenema Vatieno Avoya Achas Lekulon, they were all equal, and that means he doesn't agree with what we said before. Omar Rabbi Yehuda Omar Shmuel Bnei Tzofchad Hutru Linoseh Lechol HaShvatim. They were allowed to marry any shevet they wanted. Shenemar Latoiv Beineim Tielo Lenoshim. Whoever they want to marry, they could get married. Elomani Mekayim. What's pshat in the pasuk and the other pasuk that it says? It's actually the same pasuk. Achle mishpachas mate avoisem tienu lenoshim, that they should marry only people from their shevet. Eitze toive isiyana kosev. It was only a recommendation. Shelo inosu elo lokun lehem. They should only marry someone who's on their level, someone who's suitable for them. Mosiv Rabba asked Akasha, how could you tell that Bnei Tzofchad were allowed to marry whoever they want? I'll show you not like that. It says Emor Elim, the Moshe said to Bnei Israel. Hashem said to Moshe, tell them. It means the one who actually there in the midbar in our Sinai. It means the future generations. Said the Brisa, if we said already the people in by our Sinai, why do you have to say also explains the Brisa of Neshiyesh ba'ovois, there is special dinim in the ovois masha'en ba'bonim. There were only a dinim specially for those times, like we're going to see in a second. By the ovois, it says the chol bas yureshes nachlo, meaning that the din of kol bas yureshes nachlo, that she's not allowed to marry out a different shevet, was only said to the doyer midbar, but not to the future doers. But there was lots of mitzvahs, like mitzvahs akliris baretz, that only the doerisechem wasn't relevant to the people in the midbar. Because there is certain things that only apply to Dor Midbar and certain things that apply only to the future generations. That's why the Torah in general says that the most of the Torah is applicable for Dor Midbar and the future generation. It says in the Brisa, it says over there that the din of Kol Bas Yuresh Nachlo, she's not allowed to marry out, only applies for Dor Midbar. No Tzofchad were Dor Midbar. How could they marry out? Umoisiv lo Rabba, the one who asked the Kasha, he gives the teretz. The din was said for all the generation of the Midbar, that they're not allowed to marry a different shevet if they got the Yerusha from their father, except Bnei Tzofchad, and therefore it's not Kasha on Bnei Tzofchad. Omar Mar. We learned in this Brisa, how do we know this? My mashma, how do we know that the din not to marry out only applicable for Dor Midbar? Omar Rova, Omar Kro, Zeh Dovo. It says this is the thing. Dovo says this thing it should only be the minig ela b'Dor Zeh, only in this generation in Dor Midbar. Omar le Rabba Zuti le Ravashi, a small Rabba told Ravashi, Elo matter if this is pshat when it says that dover means only for this generation. It says that dover the shchutei chutz, where it says about they're not allowed to be makriv a korban outside the Mishkan. Ochinam de lo noyeg elo b'Dor Zeh, the only in the Dor Midbar. It's not true. We know shchutei chutz everyone holds was a issa all the time. So the Gemara shiny awesome d'chsiv l'deroisom. It says by shchutei chutz l'deroisom for your generation. So even though that says adavo, it's coming to tell you that it's applicable also for the next generation. Says the Gemara Daf Chof on the base. That adavo the Rosh Amato is by it says that adavo in the pasuk of Nedorim. It says Vaydaber Moshe el Rosh Amato Bnei Yisrael lemod that adavo asher tziva Hashem ish ki yidoi neder, the parsha of Nedorim. That's if we said that Dor means only Dor Midbar, so in Dorim should only be applicable for Dor Midbar. It says over here by Nedorim there, and it says by Shchutei Chutz there, like by Shchutei Chutz. It says that there is Seichem that's applicable for oils, so also Nedorim is applicable for oils. So the Gemara Hainami Leilaf. Let's also learn over here. Okay, by us it says by the din of a daughter not allowed, that Goy Yerusha is not allowed to marry out. It says there, so we should learn from Shchutei Chutz. That means that there is sechem that's applicable for also the future generations. Hay nami leilaf zem yosam. So then we'll know. Hay mai bishlei mohosam by Shchutei Chutz and Nedorim Itzrich like the Shova. He needed to tell you that Dover to compare between them, like we're going to see the Shova to compare Shchutei Chutz to Nedorim. So therefore, he needed to write that Dover. And Mimele, we also learn that's applicable also for the future generations. But over here, that there's no Gzera Shova of that Dover to teach you anything about the girls who get Yerusha. So just don't write the Adover, and then you won't even think that it's only for this generation, and therefore, why do you have to bother writing the Adover? Just miss it out. Elamai, come tell you the Adover, it's only applicable for this generation. Hoch Elamai Itzrich. What do you need it for? Lishte Kromine, just don't write the Adover. Obviously, it's for all the time, because like all mitzvahs is for the people in the midbar and the future generations. So it doesn't make sense to say that Dover to tell you that it's only for this generation, and then we're going to learn that to tell you that it's also for future generations. Just don't say that Dover. So the Gemara, my Gzer Shava, what's the Gzer Shava between Shchut Chutz and Adorim? The Tanya we learned in the Brisa. Ne'emar kan the Adover, v'ne'emar lahalon the Adover. Ma lahalon Aaron Bono v'chol Yisrael. Like by Shchut Chutz, it says for everyone. It's because it says clearly in the Pasuk. If Shchut Chutz Aaron Bono v'chol Yisrael, Afkan also in the Issa of Nedarim, that it's applicable also for Aaron Ubono v'chol Yisrael. Umakan, like in Nedarim Roshi Matois, it says clearly in the pasuk Vaydam Moshe Roshi Matois. So Aflalon also in the din of Nedarim, also in the din of Shchut Chutz Roshi Matos. And we're going to explain a little bit more what it means. Omar Malalon Aaron Ubono v'chol Yisrael, Afkan Aaron Ubono v'chol Yisrael. Ma'ilchas, so why are they coming to tell you? Omar of Achabar Yaakov Loima Shafaras Nedor B'shloishet Yoitos. From V'chol Yisrael we learn they don't need Beis Din Mumchim to be made for Nedarim. It's enough 3 people at Yoitos to be made for Neda. And we learn it because it says V'chol Yisrael by the pasuk of Shchut Chutz. So we learn it to Nedarim that you don't need a professional Beis Din. For the Gemara of Rosh Hamatis Ksibe, it says Rosh Hamatis, it's mashma that has to be professional. Rosh Hamatis what Dayanim Talmidei Chachamim. So the Gemara Kedamar of Chizda or Rabbi Yochanan B'Yochid Mumche, like Rabbi Chizda said the name of Rabbi Yochanan, that we learn that Nedarim from Rosh Hamatis, the Yochid Mumche is good enough. Ochenami, that you know why it says Rosh Hamatis to tell you really you need the Beis Din of 3 Beikut B'Yodyotos. But if it's one person and he's a Mumche, it's good enough. Ochenami B'Yochid Mumche, and that's why it says Rosh Hamatis. Not that you need that the Beis Din should be of Rosh Hamatis. Only a Yochid Mumche needs to be like Rosh Hamatis. But if it's a Beis Din, it's enough at Yotos. Says the Gemara, we learned in the Brisa Umakan Rosh Hamatis, like by Nedarim it's Rosh Hamatis, Aflalon also by Nedarim Rosh Hamatis. Lema'ilchas, so why is it coming to say? Or Rav Sheshes Loima, it's coming to say that by Shiesh Eile Behekdesh, like if you make a Neder, you could be made for it. So if someone makes something Hekdesh and he was a mistake, you could be made for it, and the Hekdesh is bottle and mafreya, and therefore that's what we're learning from the Gzer Shava. Practically more the Bishamai, the Amri Ein Shehele Behekdesh, they hold if someone made Hekdesh Betos, it stays. That nan we learned in the Mishnah, Bishamai Amri Hekdesh Tos, someone by mistake made something Hekdesh, even though clearly we know it's a mistake, it's Chal. Ubesil Elo Imrim, Ein Hekdesh. So Lefi Bishamai, who hold the Hekdesh Betos, that you can't do a Sheila on it, why are they coming to tell you this Hekesh? The Gemara says, the Gemara, Hai Zevazeh Mai delay. What are they going to learn from this Gzer Shava of Zezeh? Says the Gemara, the Adover the Shchut Chutz, where it says the Adover by Shchut Chutz, Miboile, it's coming to tell you, Ala Shoichet, that when is Shchut Chutz, who's Chayiv Chorus if he's shecht outside the Mishkan, Vala Shoichet who Chayiv, someone who slaughters, Ve'ino Chayiv Ala Moilek, someone who kills a bird with Melika is no Chayiv Shchut Chutz, is no Chayiv Chorus. That's what it's coming to tell you. The Adover, Dafka Shchita, and the Adover the Rosh Hamatis, Miboile, it's coming to tell you, Lechocho Matir, Be'er Baal Matir, that it says that Dover, so we learn that there is 2 dinim, that there's if someone makes a neder, he goes to a chacham, the chacham is made for the neder. Meaning he says, he's matter the neder, he says, listen, if you know this and this, would you still make a neder? The person says, no, and it's mutter. So that means you have to have a Pesach, and you have a chacham or Beis Din and Vidyoitis to matter it. But by the Baal, who's made for his wife's Nedarim, all he needs is to hear about it the day he hears about it, just to say it's cancelled, and it's cancelled. So from that over, it's coming to tell you, the Chacham Matir, the Chacham is Matir, Ve'en Baal Matir, Baal can't be Matir. After the day that's passed, he can't. And also, he doesn't need to be Matir, he's just Mevatel. And also, to come and tell you the Baal Meifer, that the din of a Chiddush, that the Baal can be Meifer, is only by the Baal. Ve'en Chacham Meifer. Meifer could only be Matir if he finds a Pesach, but he can't just be Meifer like a Baal with no reason. Practically Gemara le Beishamai the Leslu Gzer Shava, they don't learn the Adover Gzer Shava from Shchut Chutz to Nedarim Aforas Nedarim B'Shloite Idiotis Minolahu. How do they know that you need shloisha idiotos. That's good enough shloisha idiotos for Besdin of Nidorim to be matir, because they don't learn it from their Shova. So they were nafkulu meditani learns it from a different place. It says Vaydaber Moshe es moedei Hashem neis Rabbi Yossi glili oimim moedei Hashem ne'amru Shabbos bereshis lo ne'amru ben azar oimim moedei Hashem ne'amru afos udorm lo ne'amru. So this brayso is a bit of a complicated brayso. We're going to see in the next year how it's explained, and from there we could see where the sources of Beis Shammai to understand that Best din of a diotis is good enough to be matir nedorim. The Gemara is going to explain it. Thank you very much. We should all have a very, very healthy winter with lots of seres tovos, with shomim be'itom, and we should all be blessed. Thank you very much.